Good afternoon. This is Penelope Flynn, co-host and moderator of Discussions from the Other Hood, here with the remainder of the Blerdsassins Next Door. We got Sonia, we got James, and Otto. And we are coming to you all on this freezing January 25th iteration of the show. So, Sonia, you are up top. What is the weather like in Rochester today? I cannot hear you, even though it shows you're not muted.
Try that this
Ah,
time.
better.
Okay.
Yes.
It's 13 degrees, feels like -1.
Oh
It
my God.
is a good 12 degrees warmer than it was yesterday.
Yay.
It's going to be constant snow. As I said, it's going to be a regular blizzard as opposed to the blizzard of the century out here.
Wow.
It's been snowing all day, not expected to stop until midnight.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I'm predicting it's going to pass, and then when we wake up in the morning, it'll start all over again. So
How many inches you all predicted to get?
they said 8. I'm saying a good foot or so.
Really? That
Yeah,
much?
yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
they said, and they said it's just a regular blizzard.
well, we're used to that, right? No,
Yeah,
no
they're
problem.
they're used to that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So when is it scheduled to end?
They say it's supposed to. Hold on, let me double check because they keep saying I would light to moderate snow. It's supposed to end at around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. tonight, and then pick back
Hmm.
up.
Well, let's hope that it does that because that's crazy.
Well, tomorrow's high is expected to be 16, so
Wow. And hopefully you have no reason to go out in that.
yeah, but my roommate does, unless they close her facility.
And up there, they're like, "Ah, you kidding? This
Yeah,
is sweater weather, you know?"
yeah.
All right. Well, James, how's New York City?
Oh my God, it's hot. It's about 80. It's humid.
Okay,
Whew.
Smarty.
Yeah, it's t-shirt weather.
Thank
Um,
you.
I don't, I don't know. I gotta
He,
turn the
he be
fan on.
delu- he be delusional.
Yeah, it's so cold it made me lose my mind. Really? How is it there? It's not too bad?
No, it's. Listen, it is what it is. It's been snowing since I guess midnight. It's still snowing as we speak. It's about
Wow.
15 degrees. Um, it is what it is. You know.
It's the snow sticking though.
Yeah, it's sticking a lot.
Mm, wow. And I guess with you all up there, they expect New Yorkers to say, yeah, whatever, and make you come out and work anyway, right?
Yeah, like I said, it's a mere bag of shells, as Ralph Cramden would say. Mere
Okay.
bag of shells.
All
This
right.
is, I see at my age, I mean, I don't pull my hair out or clutch my pearls because this is how it usually is. We don't get really serious snow until after Christmas.
Okay. And this is after Christmas, and so is this a serious snow, or is this, kind of average what you're expecting now?
No, like I said, it's average because it really doesn't snow like it used to here in the city. Um, when you go upstate, okay, Albany, Rochester, if it doesn't snow, Buffalo, then something is wrong.
Hmm. So we wait for global warming to make its way to Buffalo and Albany and Rochester.
Right,
Okay. All
right.
right. But so far so good. Nothing earth shattering or dangerous going on up there with you all.
Nope.
All right. Well, that's good to hear then. Okay, Otto, you get to do your presentation of the weather, the local weather.
Well, last week and previous weeks, I was kind of mad at my thermometer. I was like, "You're embarrassing me. Do something good." But based on what I just heard, it's doing okay. So it's like 24 degrees, and It's going to climb steadily, climb up and get a little warmer. I was thinking about what Sonia was talking about, like
Uh-huh.
storm of this blizzard of the century. There's a thing in real estate called like 100-year floodplain.
Mhm.
So that means like once every 100 years, there's a flood in the place that you're residing,
Mhm.
and God forbid you happen to live in that 100-year period of time.
Yep.
Just my
Boy, just catch
goddamn
it.
luck to be living where the damn water comes up to my nose.
Mhm.
So yeah, this 100 year. Who are these weathermen that were or women that were living 100 years ago and say, "Oh, this only happens 100 years, every 100 years."
Yep.
You know,
There you go.
like I
All
think
it
of
is.
the century. You don't have no what you call it to say. No think of the century. You weren't alive 100 years ago.
Wow.
Like
But
probably people check you had the farmer's almanac, you know.
Yeah, they use that toilet paper, man. That was toilet paper before the invention of toilet paper.
and no meaning whatsoever. Get out of here.
Okay, so do you want some cheese to go with that wine?
Yo, man. You know what? I want
Oh.
you. Listen, Felix. I got things to say. I got things.
I bet you do, Oscar. I
Yes.
bet you do.
Yes. Okay. Well, um, we're coming up today. I mean, I guess yesterday, Thursday, when they made the announcements of the Oscars, and so we're coming up in the 98th Oscar awards. And of course, we've seen some interesting things that Sinners got 16 nominations, and that they have added another category this year, which is in casting direction. So I think that's really great because you should be given kudos if you do a good job in casting.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? And
Oh no! Don't ask her about the weather.
It is no, y'all. It's
God damn it!
listen now. Listen, it's too much here, y'all. It's just too much. It's
Mhm.
83
See,
degrees
there you
here.
go. There you
I'm
go.
burning.
That's why.
I'm,
Mute her. Mute her thing.
I'm burning
There you
up here,
go.
y'all. I need help. I need some of that
Okay.
cold air. I'm burning up.
Yeah, you send us a package of the hot, and we'll send you back a package of the cold.
I
I
send you
guess
Sorry,
back
that's
I
a.
fair
I
enough.
late.
send you
I was
back a
on the
I
packet of
think it's fair
something.
enough.
I was on the
Yeah.
phone talking to Roman. You all. He's doing fine.
Nobody
Yeah.
asked you for that. No one did. No one.
Mhm.
All right, eight.
Not
I'll
one
start.
single person asked you for any of
Keep
that.
bothering me. I'll keep saying 83. Keep bothering me. Say
You
something.
you you keep saying that you'd be
83.
lucky if you make it at 83. You
83, 83 now. 83
All right.
degrees
We
now.
have, as we said,
you're
the
lucky you make
Oscars
it
are
at six
coming up,
seven.
83.
6'7" you're making.
and in
83.
the where is it?
Wait a minute,
Okay,
excuse me,
I
Penelope,
posted the
before you go on, Penelope, before you go on.
what?
I'd like to ask Otto a question for real,
Oh my
seriously.
God.
Otto,
Let's
what's
see.
the temperature in Dallas?
No, we passed that part because you were messing around. Go ahead, Penelope. Do the thing.
Okay. Well, we are coming up on the 98th Oscar Awards, and I just posted the NPR link that they have for the listing of the Oscars, the nominations. And one thing we do know is that Sinners
Sinners has
was
a lot of
nominated for
nominations.
16, yeah, 16
Mm-hmm.
nominations. But those of us who remember back, what is it, 1986, when Color Purple got 11 nominations and no awards at all, none, zero,
Oops.
zilch. So we wonder, is this just a thing to get you all happy, thinking something good is going to happen, just to drag you, into the depths of despair? So I think we're going to look at this listing that we have of these nominations, and I got to admit, some of these things I did not see, and to determine maybe is this something that number one that you would have bothered to see in the first place, and if you would now that is a nomination, is it something that you would consider?
I would
And
say front, Penelope. The answer is no.
mhm,
But go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, I mean because in fact so there are a lot of films that I didn't even know were made or what they were about or anything like that, or if someone has seen any of them. And they have a best picture was it Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet.
Hold on. Slow down. Slow
I mean,
down.
I'll go back. I'll go back. Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One
What?
Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Values, Sinners, and Train Dreams. For Best Actor in Leading Role, Timothy Chalamet and Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, and Wagner Moura in The Secret Agent. Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Benicio del Toro in One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo in Sinners, Sean Penn in One Battle After Another, Stellan Skarsgård in Sentimental Value. Uh, Best Performance by an Actress in Leading Role, Jessie Buckley in Hamnet, Rose Byrne in If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue, Renee Reinsve, Sentimental Value, Emma Stone in Begonia. Performance by an actress in a supporting role, Elle Fanning in Sentimental Value, Inga Ibstoder Lilius in Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan in Weapons, Wumi Mosoku in Sinners, Tiana Taylor in One Battle After Another. Best Animated Feature Film, Arco, Elio, K-Pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie or The Character of Rain, and Zootopia 2. Best Animated Short Film, Butterfly, Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan, The Three Sisters. Achievement in Cinematography, Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Train Dreams. Achievement in Costume Design, Avatar, Fire and Ash,
Oh my
Wait a
God!
minute, you gonna read all the categories?
This
Yeah,
list
What
is
the
like
hell?
the.
that's
This
really
list,
interesting.
this list is
These are
like the
listen.
Oscars.
Okay, wait,
You
wait, wait,
know,
wait. Okay,
These are
and
but
by the
bathroom
time
break
you
okay,
categories.
listen.
you
Now,
by
now,
the
look.
time you finish, it'll be 11:30 at night.
Okay, quiet, man. Now, the thing is, I was saying what I was reading them for is to show a lot of films show up over and over and over. And I think I remember when I was younger that you may find something, a film that has best actor or best actress, but it doesn't show up in like best supporting actor or other categories. And here it seems like you have a lot of the same films is showing, over and over and over again, you know? And that's what I was reading to show that the same types of films, except for I guess things like the international films, you
Excuse
know.
me, Penelope. I'm gonna have
Hmm.
to enter. I gotta leave because I gotta go ahead and check up on mom and make sure she's doing what she has to do.
All right, well you
Okay.
do that and have fun and talk to you later.
All right. Love y'all.
Wait a
Bye.
Bye.
minute, hold on. Hey, hold on 1 minute. 1 minute before you
God,
leave.
God, dog. What?
Tiana, what? Listen,
I'm listening. I ain't
Tiana
got no choice.
Tiana Taylor was
God.
Tiana Taylor was on One Problem After Another, right?
Mhm.
And she was a host of Saturday Night Live.
Mhm.
It was a horrible show last night, by the way. But
Yeah.
there's one segment when they were at a wedding reception, and she played an 80-year-old man, and all they played was like Earth, Wind, and Fire songs, and
And then
she kept getting up and doing like a helicopter and all this stuff. You may find it y'all may find it funny, but I thought of you and James with that because they're playing like every time the DJ played the Earth, Wind, and Fire song,
Well, well,
the 80-year-old man jumped up and started doing whatever. So,
Yep.
well. Thank you very much. Now, moving right along.
thank you.
okay, man.
I gotta
Yo, man,
take
that was
care of my
important to me.
mama.
Yo,
Mhm.
Mama.
you know what?
Bye.
You do what you gotta do. You go ahead. I'll get you
But
later.
thanks for telling me
Mhm.
anyway, Otto.
Six
I
All right.
seven,
love you, brother-in-law. Goodbye.
6 7,
Goodbye,
6 7.
everybody.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Goodbye.
but what I was alluding to is that we have same shows, same films, excuse me, over and over, as if the Academy is only focusing on certain types of films and certain films created by certain creators. And I think there should be more. I would think that at this juncture we would have more variety, but I'm seeing that we just really don't. So, has anybody else kind of noticed that we are in this period where only certain, studios or actors or whatever get to have any of their work even viewed by the Academy?
Okay. I'll answer your question with a question. Two questions.
Hmm.
Are you surprised?
Not too surprised, but
Okay.
I'm not too surprised, but in certain instances, it's at least expected to see in more of a variety of films. So the same films over and over in every category, you know?
Right. And the second question from me is, are you surprised?
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not
I mean,
surprised, you know,
nothing,
but
That
nothing for nothing. This is why I don't even bother with the Oscars. The only question I have about the Oscars is the movie Hamnet.
hmm
Maybe I've had a Mandela effect, but didn't Hamlet used to be with an L in there somewhere?
well, the
it
child, Hamnet, is the child of William Shakespeare and his wife that died. So this is about them dealing with the grief of a lost child.
Okay, and Hamnet, Hamnet is exactly why I don't bother with the Oscars because it just parachuted into the movie theaters real quick,
hmm
left out at the end credits of its own
hmm
movie, and all of a sudden now it's
Yeah,
nominated for an Oscar.
Exactly.
the
I,
Exactly.
opening,
this is
in
why,
New York,
yeah,
the opening in New
yeah,
York and L.A. That's it.
yeah,
That's
and and this is why I don't even bother with the Oscars. It's crap. It's garbage. It's only for the people in the industry to get
Right.
their flute of champagne and their avocado toast and toast each other.
well, I disagree with that actually.
Oh God.
I disagree with that, especially.
Well, fire when ready, Gridley. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I will fight because so the thing is, there's certain films and actors. Number one, you're paying them back for their long line of good work that they're getting recognition for, like Delroy Linroy,
Delroy
and
Lindo.
Lindo, excuse me, and also you're getting, you could be moved from a B list to an A list that may make a difference and make a huge difference, like a Ryan Coogler or something. And so, it does have meaning. I agree with you for the most part.
Okay. Okay. Even with that, I will I will concede. And see, even that is a bunch of nonsense. Because you mean to say Martin Landau, Delroy Lindau, um,
Lindo.
Lindo, Jack Palance, they had to wait hundreds of years before they got recognized for an Oscar because that's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
stupid as hell. You stupid as
yeah,
hell. And somebody like Alfred Hitchcock never got it. Not as a director, never got it.
yeah.
Isn't
And
that
this
something?
is this is why I don't bother. And with Ryan Coogler, it's great what he's doing. In fact, I hope he gets all 16 Oscars. But I guarantee you that Hollywood being Hollywood, they're still gonna give him a hard freaking time the next time he goes
hmm
for funding for a movie. So what the hell? Why? Why are we doing this? With and
Well, you
why
can't
are
guarantee.
they doing this?
Well, you can't guarantee that if he wins Best Director and Best Picture, that he won't go into that upper echelon of directors that can call his own shots.
Listen, we know. Listen, we know the deal with Hollywood. There's some people. No matter you can, your movie can be a cure for cancer. But if they don't like you for some reason, you
and right
you you you're not gonna get funded. Look at what
and
what
and right
Spike Lee.
now and right now Hollywood is pissed because of the deal he made.
Yeah, exactly. And
Warner Brothers will give him more money, but who knows where Warner Brothers will be in the
yeah,
upcoming years.
I mean, look at what Spike Lee had to do. He
Well,
basically had to go under the radar and basically not let people know that he was behind that movie. What was it with I think Jodie Foster, the movie The Bank Inside Bank Job movie he did.
hmm
well, look at it this way. I mean, Spike Lee used to sound like you. He said the same things about the Oscar. He didn't be full of crap, blah blah blah. Then they give him honorary Oscar. He
And
they
that's
dog walked him. It's like he got dog walked.
Mm.
what but listen what you just said. Honorary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why take
Honorary.
that though? Why? But why take it if you're gonna talk like that? If you talk like that, like you talking, like what you're saying right now, which I
Yeah.
said is 98% true. Okay, and
Yeah.
then somebody gonna give you something that's not even a real thing, and then they'll
Yes.
put your collar around your neck and dog walk you. Would that be good?
Well, that's the listen. Paul Newman did the same thing.
I mean, but you saw when he got that award, he just walked off the stage like, yeah, whatever, because
You
they
know,
screwed him.
but he still. What
He
is
just
it?
went up there and said thank you. He went
He
up there
got
and
a
thank you.
he got an honorary
No,
first.
he got best actor. He got best actor
No,
for.
he got before he got the best actor. He got an honorary Oscar.
What did he
Oh,
get
I
it
don't
for?
know. I don't know.
Yeah, because his ass was in the business for so long.
I
They're like,
am,
Yeah,
but I
okay,
mean, I don't remember what he
that's
got it
what.
for.
Yeah, that's what honorary is for. Your ass is in the business for so long. They're like,
well,
okay, all right,
Alfred Hitchcock got one too. But the thing is that Paul Newman never said the thing that Spike Lee said. Spike
right.
Lee, like, I ain't doing all this,
Yeah, kiss my butt and all this
yeah,
kind of
it's a
stuff.
bunch of
And when
phony
they
ass.
and when
Right.
they got him one, he ran his behind up on that
Yeah,
stage like it was on
but
fire.
he did. Listen, Paul Newman took it anyway.
He did, but he
He
didn't say
took
the
it
things that
anyway.
Spike Lee said. He didn't
I
He
say the
never
know.
things you
said.
said.
He had never
But
said
the
before,
point,
I'm never gonna take
but
this from
my
somebody.
point is that the Academy Awards is crap. It's crap. It's just for people in the business.
Yeah, this is an industry award. And
Yeah,
you're right.
it's the
It's an
industry
industry
award.
award.
Let me tell you, I drank the Kool-Aid a long time ago when I was younger. I would sit up and watch the Oscars and even movies that I didn't even see. I would root it because it was maybe an actor that I liked and
Mhm.
whatnot.
Yeah, yeah,
And
me
then
too.
after a while, I was like, "Nah, I can't do this." It's like the any All Star game in the four major sports. I don't even bother with stuff like that.
The only I mean, talk about All Star games. The only one I watch is the baseball All Star game on the NBA, I watch it for the introductions, and then I leave. I just want to see who's in it, and then I leave. I don't watch
Yeah.
the
Well,
not a lot of presentation.
you're a better man than me because
But but
I don't remember.
but the
But
thing is,
you
I was like you. I was like you, and it did matter. It mattered because I think back in the day, 30, whatever many years ago,
Mhm.
right?
film was considered art. So it
Yeah,
was like an art form. And
yeah.
so a lot of these films, back in the day, it felt like the person making it, they had to make it. Like like how artists feels like
Compelled.
they
Yeah,
have.
gotta get this
Yeah.
thing
Yeah, I
out.
got to get this. Yeah, I got to get
Message.
this out. There's no
Yeah.
way. In no way in the world. A lot of these films are like that. I think Coogler's film is more like that. Like he's using a vehicle to say certain things, and that one scene when he goes across the whole diaspora of music and stuff is a game changer. But you see a lot of people criticize Coogler film receiving 16 nominations. They say, well, that film Sinners is not Oscar worthy because there's no one scene that's iconic. There's no line in it that's iconic.
Which
There's no there's they ticking off the reasons
what? Yeah,
why it doesn't belong.
yeah, and a lot of that is just plain bullshit. Okay, because if these days, see, the problem with all of that is social media. You get people on social media that like to talk a lot of smack and will try and put out hate reviews before a
Mhm.
movie even comes out.
Right. Right.
Okay, see, this is the reality that we're dealing with now. It wasn't like that with back when Alfred Hitchcock was making movies, or Cecil B. DeMille, for lack of
Mhm.
a better example. It wasn't like that back then. Now you have people that their sole purpose is to get on social media, and especially if it's something done by a person of color. Okay, the pitchforks and torches are out even
Yeah,
Mhm.
before the movie comes out,
Yeah,
and
and that's the thing. They're making reviews of a film that has not even been released.
yeah,
And I
yeah. They're
yeah,
read
saying
about
something
that.
about
Remember?
Sinners. Said there's nothing iconic about it. Nothing. You didn't see the film. You didn't
It's his
see the
film.
you didn't see the film. And the thing is about Coogler is, to me, Sinners is an imperfect film.
Hmm.
But the thing about Coogler to me is that in Black Panther and Fruitvale Station and a lot of his films, there at least one scene that strikes at the heart of when I watch it. It's like, man, that's something else. Like even Black Panther. When Killmonger said, "Nah, no, bury me with in the middle passage," man. That's like,
Yeah.
oh man.
I said,
And
wow.
then it's
Yeah.
Sinners when he has the whole, the how music evolved in different cultures.
Hmm.
It's like, oh man, that's chill as hell. So
Uh, uh,
you don't have that in a lot of other films. You just sit there if you watch them at all.
well, see, this is what I'm talking about. You got people that don't know what the f they're talking about because none for that. I know for me that one scene in Sinners where they show how music evolved.
Yes.
Okay, not only did that bring again raise the hair on the back of my neck,
Hmm.
but I all of a sudden I had something in my eye. You know what
Well,
I'm
it's the
saying?
same. It's the same with
Yeah.
Black Panther, where
Mhm.
when Killmonger says, I don't want to, don't bury me in this
So I don't
place
want to
that I
come
never
back. I
been
don't want to
to.
be here in this place because basically you're not my people.
Nah,
My
bury me
people,
with all the people
the
jumped
Middle Passage,
overboard. They
right?
got thrown to the sharks. Put
Yeah.
me there. That hit me. It
I mean,
hit
my
me
gosh, yeah,
home.
that was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, that was like every person of African descent in North America felt that.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
black person in North America felt that because
And
these
Fruit
were
and
all
Fruitville
those people
Station,
who were,
and even
yep, yep,
Creed, even Creed,
yeah,
even Creed. It's like he does he
did a great job.
delivers. He delivers in almost all his films, and you can't say that from a lot of these directors. They don't. It doesn't feel as if they have a message to get out.
Mhm.
They're just going through the motions. Do the things to get nominated and bringing a lot of
Or
money.
a template, a format that you use
Yeah,
to do a certain
yeah.
type of film.
Again, this is why I just don't bother. I just don't bother. You,
Mhm.
you know me. I'm the king of the bees, and the reason why the king of the bees is you may despise certain B movies, but it works for me. I
Mhm.
like what I like, and I don't have to have Oscar with his naked little gold self.
I thought you were talking about me. Nah,
Oh, okay.
how'd I get
Oh, okay, wait
how'd
a
I get
minute.
no,
naked? What's going
no,
on?
Wait a
no,
minute.
no. That's between you and Penelope. I don't
I was
want
like,
to
what's
know
going
Okay.
that.
on?
Yeah.
Okay,
Whoa,
but
whoa.
but no, I don't need his stamp
I
of
don't. No, you
approval.
know, no, but yeah, but James, you don't need it. But it used to be like you said, like it used to be. It used to film movies. Sound. It used to be called film,
Mhm.
Hmm.
right? And now we have movies. We don't have film anymore. And so we watch these things, and they're in it for a different
Yeah.
reason.
Well, put it this way: film was considered. I could be wrong, but film was considered one of the seven arts.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So it was
yeah.
considered the seven arts. You you had somebody like a Orson Welles that really got into what he was trying to convey on film. Okay, you had somebody like you said like a Alfred Hitchcock, even directors that I didn't agree with their content. Okay, somebody like a John Ford. Okay, they basically if you notice a lot of directors back in the day, you ever see a lot of them had like a patch over one eye?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's because they would constantly looking through the lens so much that their asses was going blind.
Oh.
Yeah, but John Ford, he ain't getting nothing either. I mean, I'm with you. I didn't like a lot of his stuff,
Right.
but the Searchers,
Hmm.
um, a
No,
lot
I
of his
hate that
other,
movie. Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But
yeah.
the magnificent of it, it just I mean, there's some movies, no matter how magnificent it is, I'm not watching. Like Gone with the Wind, I
Yeah.
saw that one time, and that was enough.
It wasn't
You
soon
know,
enough.
yeah, because I wanted to see it. What was all everybody talking about? So,
Hmm.
it was on TV, and I said, oh well, yeah, I want to be cultured and stuff. I want to know what other people know. So I saw the movie. I said, holy shit, I'm not watching this shit again.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen. I don't even know the end of it. What the end is, I just have seen snippets because trying to get through Gone with the Wind is trying to deal with a Klingon pain stick.
But
You
what about
know,
this? What about the searchers?
no, the searches I don't even f with. I don't even f with because it's not.
The
First of all,
entire premise is
yeah,
jacked.
and the entire premise is Jack. Plus, there's a scene with Jeffrey Hunter where he's with a Native American woman, and I think he wakes up and sees her and like kicks her. You know,
Hmm.
nah, I can't mess.
Yeah, but if you take any, well, back in the day, we talk about back in the day again. You back in the day, you take any film school, any film class, and that's a list of magnificent films. Gone,
Yeah,
one is Gone with the Wind, the other is Searchers, the other is for different reasons, Birth of a Nation, and then
yeah,
there are a couple other movies there.
yeah.
But they never, for whatever the politics were or whatever,
Hmm.
they didn't get Oscars. They may have got nominations, but never won.
Yeah,
And, th- and
yeah,
and-
it's a case of, well, I think just his attitude and the way I think with John Ford, I think he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Even some actors begrudgingly worked with him. But what getting back to what you were saying, yes, that's back in the day when movies were considered film.
yeah, there were. Remember, you had Woody Allen, right? He was making these fantastic movies that the film critics, especially the New York film critics, absolutely went gaga over. That every year that a
Hmm.
Woody Allen movie came out, it was a guaranteed multiple Oscar
Critical acclaim,
nomination.
yeah.
Oh,
Critical,
Hmm.
multiple Oscar nominations,
yeah.
and he never showed. That little son of a bitch never showed up. He never showed up at any of them.
Yeah.
He called himself playing jazz at some club in Manhattan. He trying to play the clarinet. That was really pumped up. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to that. I'm playing some jazz in the jazz club somewhere in New York that nobody knows about. It's in
Yeah.
Boston.
I think he used the whole court in this club restaurant Elaine's, I think it
Yeah,
was.
Lane. Right,
You know.
right, right.
But
He
see
playing
that's
clarinet.
but see that's what I'm saying. That's when I was starting to get like, well, what the
Hmm.
fuck? Excuse me, that's French. What is going on here? Why is it every year? It's almost like he has a slot waiting for him.
Right, right. No matter what garbage he puts together.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, and
yep.
this is why I I I just left the, well. Let me
So
paraphrase.
what was the year? What was the year that turned the corner? Because I could tell you which one it was for me.
I know which one it was for me.
Which one?
Hannah and her sisters.
The year that turned you against the Oscars?
No, I guess what's his name?
Oh, Woody Allen.
Yeah, but the Oscars, I think, what was it? Was it? I think the year that I realized is kind of funky. It was a music thing. I can't remember what it was. I remember it was related to music.
Was it La La Land? Was it?
Oh no, a lot earlier than that. A lot earlier than that. But I said, but in recent days, recent years, the
Not
thing, I think it's when, definitely when Black Panther did not get the nomination for Best Director. I thought that that was really, why, why didn't that happen? Why didn't that happen?
no.
And
Right.
Well,
I think
well.
when Barton Fink won over Malcolm X, I said, well, that's got to be some ish
But I was
because
mad. I was
I
mad
saw
at that,
Barton
to be
Fink,
honest.
and yeah, and I
And
was
then I
like,
said, and then I said,
yeah,
let me see this. Let me see this Barton Fink.
hmm
And I saw it, and I still think Malcolm X should have
it was
won.
a better film.
It was
No,
a
And I
better
like
film. It
Barton
had a
Fink, and I
better,
like Barton Fink.
but I could see how someone could say they voted for Barton Fink.
Well,
And
the reason they voted for Barton Fink is because the type of film that I hate, which is a Hollywood insider film. I hate Hollywood insider films. and especially like what is that one called
The Player.
the Player? Oh my God, I hated that effing film. What
Nah,
garbage that was. That was absolute Hollywood insider film where they sit there and talk about things that only Hollywood insiders talk about. And the rest of us are just like little flies on the wall. I could not stand that film.
well, there you go.
But
There you
that's
go.
why they have the awards. They want
That's
to they want to
yeah,
show this is what we want people to think of us in years
yeah.
to come, not necessarily what's happening.
Not
You know,
quality.
Could
and
not stand that film.
for me, what got me with the Oscars, it wasn't so much the original reason why I got tired of the Oscars is the fact that the show would go on so freaking long.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
it'd be by midnight when they finally let you know what won for best picture, and I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
I can't.
That's too
I,
long. Listen, I
yeah,
mean, I was a kid. When I was a kid, and I had to go to bed by a certain night. Remember that night that
hmm
what's his name won for Shaft for the Shaft
Yes,
thing?
yes,
I
yeah.
yes.
was in bed. I was in bed. I had to go to bed. Okay.
Yes, it's too late
And then
now.
some other kids came. Oh man, you see Isaac Hayes in chains when
Yeah.
he was doing Shaft. That shit was bad. I was like,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Uh.
I had to turn that TV off and go to bed. I missed it.
But it's this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. That's the first reason. Then I had an issue, being a science fiction fan. They treat science fiction movies like Stepchild,
The
Like
boring
like
garbage.
stepchild, they
Like
say.
garbage. Yeah.
like garbage. Yeah, yeah. And then after that, I'm like, well, why is it every year a certain picture will come into the movie theaters,
Mhm.
stay for like 5 minutes, get a cup of coffee, and leave, and then that picture is
Yeah.
nominated for a Oscar. And I found that very kind
It's
of bourgeois.
a hypocrite.
Yeah.
A hypocrite. Listen, if you live in New York, and especially during like the mid '80s, like when I was really into film, then it
Right?
was great. I saw every goddamn thing I wanted to see.
hmm
And if you didn't live in New York and you couldn't see the film, then fuck you. That you get for not living in New York. But it's wrong, because a lot of people they don't get to see that stuff. They don't get to see any of that. But the year that for me it was like a 1, 2, 3 punch. The year that Stevie Wonder won over Phil
Oh,
Collins.
that was
I'm
it.
like, what?
Yeah,
I
that
love
was like,
Stevie. I
what?
love Stevie. Listen, I
But
love
he
Stevie
should not
Wonder,
have won
man.
that year. The "I Just Called to Say I Love You" song, that was
Yeah,
just pablum.
Phil
Not even
Collins.
close to
The
Phil
Phil- and
Collins,
Phil and Phil
Liberty
Phil
Rock.
didn't even get to perform
He
his own
sung
damn
his own
song.
song. Yeah.
He was
Him
in
Okay,
the
and
well,
Rod,
audience. He was in the audience right there.
some lady sang his song.
Yeah, some woman.
well,
No,
I
what's his name's girlfriend? What's his name? The choreographer. What's his name? And what's the dude that did Sweet Charity and
Fosse?
it was
Bob
Fosse's
Fosse.
girlfriend
Oh, Good
and
Burden? No. Oh, I thought you were Good Burden. No, it's
no,
who?
it was and
Oh, I know you're talking about.
yeah.
Uh, uh, uh,
Sh-
oh, and she died this
Yeah.
last year, I think.
Yeah, she did Phil Collins song. Phil sitting right there in the audience. It's like what?
They're telling you something right then, Phil. You know how things are not going to go well for you.
Well, you know what, with me, good. I'm glad that happened to him because he stiffed and robbed basically the Earth, Wind and Fire horn section, the Phoenix
Ah,
horn.
they gave him up, man.
Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you rob?
No, what's his name gave those people up?
And you know what? And who robbed the James Brown? Who robbed the James Brown horn section? People steal from other people, man.
Yeah, but you don't steal from EWF. Plus the
No,
fact
Earth,
that
Wind, and Fire let
plus
their people go.
the fact, no, it wasn't the fact that he let them go. It's
And he
just that
did. Maurice
no,
White let
they
them go.
listen,
I'm
listen.
gonna get Nikki on here. She's gonna put
Yeah,
Maurice White
because
in.
they went to work for him and he didn't want to pay them for what they was worth. Plus the fact that when hip hop first came out, he was like, "Oh, what is this with rap?"
He's
And
stupid. He's just stupid. A lot of but James, a lot of people say stupid shit like that. That
Well,
don't
you
mean
know
that
what?
that don't mean that his song wasn't better than Stevie's
More
songs.
more power to Stevie. I'm glad Phil lost. Good for him.
Well,
Okay,
that
kick.
that that was punch number like one of the punches to me. The other one was
Yeah,
the movie Get Out of Africa won a Best Picture Oscar over. Oh, I think over Do the Right Thing or something. It's like what?
I don't know what it was, but I know, for instance, that remember that year that Roger Ebert was asking, I think Jessica Tandy, about the films that have been nominated,
Do the
and
Right
now she
Thing.
hadn't
She
even,
said she
yeah,
ain't
she hadn't
see
even
it.
see it. She didn't even watch it. So how do you get to vote when you don't even look at the films?
Well, there we go. There we go.
So you get out of Africa. It's like some of the elections that we had in the last few years. It's like
Hmm.
I vote for this thing because nobody else gonna vote for this piece of garbage. Nobody's gonna vote for get out of Africa. So I just throw this. I'll throw my thing. It got Robert Redford in it, and but it's not gonna win. So you think they think it's not gonna win, and so you get a film like Get Out, like Do the Right Thing or something like
Yeah,
that, and it doesn't get Best Director, it doesn't get Best Film Oscar, and
Well,
that was a big punch to me. It's like get out of Africa, get out of my face with that nonsense.
See, this goes back to what I was saying about with Spike Lee, because here in New York, the media in New York, especially the New York Post, they was like, oh well, if Do the Right Thing comes into the movie theater, it's gonna be riots and it's gonna be
None of that
raining
happened.
cats and dogs and
None of that
the,
happened. None of that
the
happened.
yeah. See what I'm saying? And,
You know,
and it's I just
he had something to say. He had something to say in his movie, whether you agree with or disagree with it, or whatever. He had a point of view. Get out of
right.
Africa. What point of view? What point of view? Get out of here. What is that? You
Yeah,
know?
it's not. I think I saw at the beginning of that film, and that's about it.
I
It's
didn't
not
e-
interesting.
I didn't even bother. I did not bother. I'm like, no, this is gonna put me to sleep. For no,
Hmm.
no, I'm not paying money just to go to sleep in the movie
Some movie.
theater.
Somebody took a picture of me coming out of the theater, and the marquee said, "Get out of Africa," and
Uh,
said, "Yo, you better give us $500. I'm gonna show this to all your homies." They blackmailing me behind that. No, I'm not doing. No, no. And then the one of the last shots is like, you don't give an Oscar to Denzel Washington and Malcolm X. You don't give an Oscar to Denzel Washington for Malcolm X. One of the most heart wrenching performances in film history, where this man basically breaks down and cries when he kneels
Mm,
in front of Elijah Muhammad and recreating that
yeah,
scene
that
hmm
from
scene.
the
Yeah, that
book
was.
of autobiography of Malcolm X, and
hmm
Denzel selling it so much, his nose start to run, and he gets no Academy. Get out of here.
this is what I'm saying. It's just a tea party for the industry. Now, I will say I like the fact that they're giving out a what did you say, a Oscar for casting?
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, because that's crucial.
Yeah, and I think it's so
With
important.
yeah,
That casting is really an important part of the film. One of the things we talked about, I guess earlier. I don't know if we talked about it here, but certainly at home we had this discussion because we were watching. What is it? The Honeymooners, when they showed the first episodes
right.
of Honeymooners, that a different woman was playing the role of Alice, and she was like, this. I mean, she looked like a haggard fishwife.
hmm
And when they had was it Audrey Meadows come in to audition for this role, of course Jackie Gleason is like, no, she's a showgirl.
hmm
He said, there's no way she's going to be able to do this role. She doesn't look the part, whatever. So she auditioned. Of course, she blew their socks off.
Well, let me ask.
Because it had nothing to do with the look. It was attitude. I mean,
hmm
we don't know where she came from.
Can
She's
anybody
about
else, can
that
anybody
attitude.
think of anybody else as Alice Crandon?
No. especially
Well,
after seeing
I
Wonder Woman. I was like, wow, what a difference! Complete difference.
and I think you should thank the House of Un-American Activities, because that actress that had the original role, she was blacklisted.
I'm sad to hear that she was blacklisted,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but she
But
was
she be
not
blacklisted. She
right.
wasn't for that role.
She was not right.
And the same thing for Yvonne DiCarlo for the Munsters and
Hmm.
Carolyn Jones from the Addams Family, and I forgot the
But I think that
Critch,
with Yvonne
Critchlow
DeCarlo,
for
yes,
being human.
Lenora
There's a
Critchlow for
bunch.
being
Yeah,
human.
but
I mean, there's
let
some
me
people. Yeah.
but let me
Hmm.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing for casting director to get this new category? Because would that make people consider like out of the box kind of casting, or will it just more vanilla casting?
I think it'd be less vanilla casting because I think specifically of something like Lenora Critchlow in Being Human. The woman who had the role before her, it was Andrea Riceborough, who's supposed to be, a British, well-known, liked, critically acclaimed actress. But if you watch the pilot of the show, and then the show where Lenora Critchlow takes over that role, it's night and day. It's night and day. I mean, she could not touch Lenore Critchlow. In fact, I read an article many, many years ago after Being Human aired, and there was a writer who was discussing that very same thing, that Andrea Riceborough was well known and she had done the role. And when they found out that she was not coming back, that she did the pilot but was not coming back for the series, this writer said that he was just, you know, flummoxed. He could not believe they would make such a huge mistake in casting like that. And he said, and then he saw Lenore Critchlow first episode. He said, "Oh, okay, I get it now. I'm sorry." She said she took that thing and made it her own, which she did.
Yeah, you have to be careful, because nothing for nothing, a lot of you have casting agencies, and they have a roster of people,
Hmm.
so I think when you might get casting that might be thinking outside the box, it'll probably be with maybe lower budget films,
Maybe, maybe,
but you
A lot of
know,
but
agencies are now the packaging. They got the writer, the
yeah, yeah,
director, the
yeah.
star.
yeah. But I think the issue is this: with casting directors now, that you make it an issue of you won't get your award unless you get it right. I think they will be less likely to follow the package and more likely to follow their own instinct. I mean, I think again, going back to Being Human, the role of Mitchell was played by some guy, I do not know his name in the pilot. They changed it over to Aiden Turner, who was fantastic. There will be no other Mitchell ever. And when he did this role, I mean, we were saying, well, it's because the guy they did it with first, they dressed him differently. And so that's why he looks, so like, just not well dressed and for the role, etc. And after we'd seen the show, we went back and we looked at the pilot and realized he was wearing exactly the same clothes, exactly the same clothes, and said, no, it wasn't that. It's just that he just didn't have it. He was not the right person for the role. In fact, going from the original pilot to the actual show, only Russell Tovey was the only one that remained in his role, as of course the werewolf is George the werewolf. But the other two, the ghost and the vampire, were changed. But then even the supporting roles were changed. That
Well,
this black guy, remember that, who was the head vampire, and he was so intense. And when they changed it after the pilot, the guy who played this head vampire, I can't remember the actor's name, but he is Anglo and he is a little chubby. You know, it has that deep dimples. Looks almost like this a grown-up child. And he wears the role out. I mean, I think they really got the opportunity to consider how these different characters, should look. I mean, they were like, if you saw them on the street, maybe you would not recognize that they would be something like a vampire or whatever because they just looked so quote unquote normal.
Well, I think that in that case, in those cases, you have a casting director that rolled up their sleeves. But
Mm-hmm.
you had to James' point. If you have a big movie, like even like the first Superman, right? You had all these stars: Gene Hackman, Marlon Brando, Valerie Perrine, Ned Beatty, blah 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 blah. And I remember the casting, the gossip that came out of it, who was going to be Superman. It was going to be Rich,
Mm-hmm.
Robert Redford. It's going to be this person. It's going to be that person.
Mm-hmm.
Blah 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 blah. And then it came out with, oh, Christopher Reeve. Who the hell is that?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then and then every Superman up to the point, every Superman is riffing off of Christopher Reeve's portrayal of
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah.
I give you a little bit of trivia. The elementary school that Christopher Reeve went to here in Manhattan is right up the block from me.
He was a New Yorker, and
Yeah.
and he gave that persona of being Superman. Now he went a little bit far when he said he thought he should be nominated for an Oscar. That's a little much. But I think, but I think,
That's
I think,
good.
I think that every Superman up to this point is really looking at that Christopher Reeve, that first
Yeah.
Superman movie, and
Yeah.
they're taking pointers for how to be
Taking the
heroic.
cues. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, taking a cue from that. But
Uh,
if you had Robert Redford or somebody else with their hair dyed black, or it would be nonsense. And the same
Yeah.
thing with Batman. Everybody was pissed off when they had
Michael
uh,
Keaton.
Michael Keaton at Batman. They said they wanted somebody like an Alec Baldwin, or someone who was like Christopher Reeve, big, tall person like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got this short, what short back, and he just wore that. Michael Keaton just wore that rolled out. So
Well, I think with Michael Keaton, and once shooting start, once shooting started on the movie, in the back of his mind was the mantra, "Don't fuck up, don't fuck
yeah,
up,
it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot
fuck
of
up,
pressure.
don't
Yeah,
fuck up." Another thing about with casting is sometimes, and it used to be really a lot of it was done back in the 40s and 50s. Another thing with casting is they would reach over to Broadway
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
yeah,
get an actor or actress off of Broadway. Um, some some actors, performance on Broadway. Some of them don't even want to be bothered with Hollywood. You know,
yeah. But then
um,
a lot of plays get turned into movies. So then a
Mm-hmm.
But
lot
it's
of
a whole different acting technique. In the theater, you've got to project that persona all the way to the back of um, the house.
back of
And
Right.
the
then
row.
Right.
Yeah,
in films, the camera's right up in there. You don't have to. So
yeah,
that a lot of Broadway people had a hard time adapting.
yeah. But
yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
excuse. That's the excuse they use. But I've seen a lot of Broadway shows that became movies, and the person who played the role on Broadway would have done a better job. You see that in Sweet
Oh
Charity.
yeah, would have done a better job, but they're not. They too much to get them up to speed on the technique.
No, it's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
not. No, because
No,
you look
no,
at
no,
Sweet. You look at
no.
Sweet Charity, for instance. Let me give you for instance. All right, except for Shirley MacLaine, most of those people who were in that movie were in the play.
Yeah.
Right.
You also get Denzel Washington, who was in the Malcolm X. It was called Chickens Coming Home to Roost. He was in that. He was in the play. Him and Martin Freeman,
Al Freeman.
Yeah,
Alfred, they
but
were in the
one
play, and they did perfectly well. So I don't.
no, well, I one thing I do know is that where I work at, you guys know I work in a senior
Mm-hmm.
apartment building in Brooklyn. There's an actress friend of mine, oh Kim Weston, and sometimes you have to tell her to lower her voice
Mm-hmm.
because she's so used to
Projecting.
Projecting, projecting.
projecting
Mhm.
that it's like sometimes I'm like Kim.
I'm right here.
I'm
You
right
don't need
here.
to do it. But that's not. That may be true for a lot, but it's not the truth for all people. But so it's like why Shirley MacLaine was cast as Sweet Charity had nothing to do with her ability to, or Gwen Verdon
Mm-hmm.
inability to tone it
Yeah.
down, or
Well,
you know,
I think what it is you have some actors and actresses that feel comfortable in either venue, whether it's Hollywood
Yeah.
or the stage. Because let us not forget that the original Broadway version of the Odd Couple,
Hmm.
guess who played Felix? Don't
Oscar,
everybody answer at
Walter
once.
Matthau.
No,
Mm.
Jack
he
Lemmon.
was Oscar, but the
Oh, Art
original,
Carney.
yeah,
Uh-huh,
Art
yeah.
Carney. Yeah,
Art Carney, yeah,
Art Carney. Yeah.
yeah.
So obviously Art Carney wouldn't is not. And the other thing is this is that everybody knew Art Carney as Norton and Norton.
And also, the fact is, the way they used to record things on the live stage audience, also, the people were used to making that stretch between being a stage actor and film because they, filmed things that were on stage.
But you know
Yeah.
what? I would have loved to see Art Carney as Felix. That would have been kind of cool, actually.
Hmm.
No, I think he pulled it off. You know, they think he pulled it off. Then the thing about it is, then it went to Jack Lemmon,
Hmm.
and Jack Lemmon, if I'm not mistaken, was stage and film.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, and then with Tony Randall was a three tool player.
He was all about the stage.
Hmm.
Not
But
just the stage, but if you go to certain like radio show archives, he used to do a
Mhm.
lot of radio.
oh yeah, he did a lot of that. And so did Jack Klugman. But you know what? If I had my druthers a casting today, I would cast Jack Klugman and Tony Randall in the original Neil Simon film.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
so great.
Who could think of anybody but Oscar and Felix except for Klugman and Randall?
Well,
Even having seen Mathau and
And the Oscar role was written for Mathau by Simon.
yeah, yeah. Well, I
but
think
but I gotta say, Klugman just makes it his own.
He does.
yeah, yeah, and I think
Jack Lemmon, my mind froze. Jack Lemmon and Mathau. Yeah.
Right.
I think the reason why you had Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau is they had a good chemistry in the movie they did together before that, The Fortune Cookie.
Which is also a very good
Yeah,
film. But
yeah,
but the thing is that also if you're making a film like that, and somebody could tell me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of it comes to what kind of money you could attract.
right.
And so the thing is like who Jack Klugman, who was he? He was a nobody in 12 Angry Men, so he's not going to bring money with him. But a Jack Lemmon and a Walter Matthau, they're going to bring money with them. So that's part of the casting decision too. So
Yeah.
so do you think this new category is going to change anything or make it worse or make it better or
No,
just recognize it?
I think it's gonna be. I think it's funny. It's gonna be more of the same, but at the same time, like you said, which I agree. I think you're gonna have more casting directors think outside the box. You know, another thing, like you said, with a movie and the budget and bringing money to that film, I think one of the reasons why Ned Beatty ended up in Superman is because that's all they had left in the budget.
It has a
And
crumb left over to get it a Beatty.
yeah,
Mhm.
then they're like, yeah, Jackie Cooper too. They're like,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah,
here's
because
three.
it's like that's a I mean, they gave up a lot of the money to Brando.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of the money to Brandon, they had like $3 left, and it's like, Ned, you want this $3? And
Yeah.
it's like,
So I mean, it's like a momentum. So you get Brando casting, right, and then you got Mario Puzo writing the story, and then you got a
right.
lot of momentum, and then you pick up
Hmm.
people along the way. And like you said, you got a few crumbs left, and you got this guy from Deliverance who got molested in Deliverance.
Don't start
So
with
yeah,
that.
he's like, yo, you could be in this, so You know,
But
but
you,
I mean, a lot of casting doesn't it come down to how much money you can bring with you? Because you can't tell me that Valerie Perrine and Gene Hackman were the best people for the roles in
nah,
Superman.
they was semi what's left over in the budget. You
But
know what I'm saying?
they bring eyes. Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah,
know, we talked about it last week. It's like these are serious actors.
yeah,
You know, Gene Hackman, The French Connection, and all these other movies that are serious.
yeah,
And Valerie Perrine in serious movies that she's done. And you got Mario Puzo, who,
yeah.
yeah. So you got these serious people, and they're taking a comic book seriously, and so there's a
Yeah.
lot of that in there too.
Yeah, and you have some actors that they open up their mailbox and there's a script with a note saying, read this, how do you feel about this, and would you consider playing that part? And then I think we would be amazed by actors that we think are like A-list that actually had to
Mhm.
go audition, because there's some actors that actually had to audition for a part. That was the problem with Samuel L. Jackson and Spike Lee. Because
Yeah,
Jackson was like, listen, I hear you doing a movie, blah, blah, blah. And Spike Lee was like, yeah, well, you got to audition for it. And Samuel was like, wait a minute, motherfucker. I
yeah,
done did a bunch of movies, for you, and now I got to audition for this. Fuck you.
yeah. But just like Halle Berry had an audition for her role in Jungle Fever.
Yeah.
I don't think Halle has to do that anymore. But let me ask you this though: is there any movie that you would go see based on the casting, based on who's in it?
Yeah,
Back
I
in,
think a lot of
yeah.
people do that. We see films
Yeah.
based on who's cast, and
You
but
go to
I
see who
think,
you like and you're
but
familiar.
but I think the issue is if you are a good casting director, for instance, voice acting. Andrea Romano is there's no one who was better than her at voice casting. Nobody. So if you're looking at someone doing voice acting, you see the casting director was Andrea Romano, then you know it's going to be top notch. It's going to be you're going to be engaged, engrossed, top of the line, because she knows her work, which is why for so long DC's comic, animated comics were always better than Marvel's because they always had Andrea Romano doing the work,
Yeah.
and then she was
And she
brought over
casted it
to
like
Marvel. Hmm.
she casted it like a radio drama where people
Hmm.
would before would just cast, oh, we need this type of voice, we need this
Right,
type of voice. She
right.
casted them on how they would sound together.
Yeah. So if you take that and you move that into the area of casting direction, it's the same thing. Certain people that you look at say, I know this person is not going to hire someone just because it's, an agency said so or because the director said so, but because I know that this person is going to do the best job for this particular role and give, our consumers, the audience, their money for value.
Well, is
There
there
are
any movie?
I
I'm
was going to
sorry.
say
Go ahead.
there are several interviews on YouTube right now with the screen app SAG-AFTRA and with the actors from Sinners, and they specifically include the casting director and ask her about her process. How did she come about finding these people? Like when everybody was saying, "I can't believe you got Haley in there," and she, we put the token, and then people found out, no, she's part black, and and the casting director said, I knew that that was part of her heritage, and I knew she wanted to talk about that part of her heritage, which gave her even more depth playing Mary.
Well, she should have done a better job in picking the dude that was one of the leads. What's that dude that was singing all the time? The
Oh my
jazz.
gosh,
That dude had like his mouth was wired shut.
his
It's like
jaws
you
are
couldn't.
wired shut.
You
That was
Yeah.
couldn't.
his first role. He learned the guitar in 2 months
Oh
for
But
the
wow, I
role.
he
don't
should have learned how
care.
to talk. He should
I was
learn how
gonna
to
say,
talk.
I want you to hire the person that does the job best. I don't
He
want to
should.
hear stories about prodigies who
Yeah,
don't
he
sing
need to
or
learn how to
anything.
talk.
They
But
need to get
let
someone
me.
who's
But that
well
was the
better.
sound that Ryan Coogler wanted.
He may be the reason that Coogler does not get that award.
The dude was. I couldn't understand what the dude was saying. Let me say this. You guys said there's movies that y'all will go see based on who's in the movie. Name an actor that you actress that you say, oh, he or she is in it, I'm going to see that.
If I saw something that said, for instance, not comedy, but drama, De Niro, I would probably see it.
You would take a look at it.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
know that he takes to that his roles very seriously and puts himself into the role, and I figure I would get, whatever it was that he was trying to wring out of it, I would get it. But
If
not a comedy though. I would do it
yeah,
for a drama.
if there was something genre and Henry Cavill said he signs aboard, knowing how big a geek he is about his genre stuff and how much research he puts into all of his characters, I would go see it.
For me, I would say back in the day would probably be Sean Connery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the main reason I went to see Outlands and the Anderson tapes was because he was in it. A Bridge Too Far.
I even saw Zardoz because he was in it.
Yeah, with his
The
red
sole
diaper.
reason,
Wow.
the sole reason why she meant to see it. That's all.
And I
Yeah.
knew it would put my mama in a happy mood.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
And
I'm
sure did
sorry,
put mama
but
in a happy mood. Same
I
reason
said
why I
that's
went
something
through
I
the
say,
Dune.
yikes.
That's why same reason why I went through David Lynch's Dune stories. I got Kyle MacLachlan. My mom had Patrick Stewart in tight pants. I will not deny.
Well,
There's some things you can see the people in the role, even if it's not the thing that you would sit there and watch all the
a
time.
lot of people are Brad Pitt people. That's why F1 for some reason got Oscar nomination.
Yeah,
F,
because
I didn't see F1. I don't
but you
probably will
see,
not.
I
I
heard
will,
it
I saw
didn't
the
get
other film.
nominated for the awards that it should have gotten, the categories it should have been nominated for.
I'm not, but that's not my genre. That's not my genre.
Guy who's in it who plays the I guess the supporting role, the
Yeah.
black man. He is the person that has been tapped to play Black Panther.
Yep.
So so I think that's kind of interesting that he does this role in F1 and it gives him the visibility that they just said, okay, this will be the new guy to play Black Panther. Although that's not who I would have chosen, but I'm not Coogler.
But the other thing is that a lot of people are complaining that K-pop Demon Hunters got no recognition at all.
Got nominated
It
for
got
animated film, but
song and song
it's
and
only animated film.
animated.
They think it should have gotten more nominations.
Probably, probably.
But it
But
had
it's
the disadvantage that it was on Netflix first.
but did
Yeah.
some Netflix movies win major awards in the
Oh
past
yeah, Netflix is now doing the same thing. We're going to air it in New York, air it in LA, put it out a couple of weeks,
to
and
make it
then
eligible? To make it
right,
eligible, and
especially
so
and that's one of their tenants for taking over Warner Brothers. They're committing now that they're going to put most of their films in the theater for at least 90 days.
Wow.
there's a film that was on Shudder that got nominated.
Yes. Yeah. What is it? The Ugly Stepsister.
Ugly
The step,
Stepsister.
Ugly Stepsister. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Is
got
that the
nominated.
one? Is that based on the book by the same guy who did Wicked, Gregory
I'm not sure.
McGuire?
I believe
No, I'm
so.
not sure, but I know it's a
I
horror
believe
thing.
so. I believe that's correct. Yeah, I believe that's correct. But the thing is like it's not on Netflix. It's not on HBO. It's on Shudder. So it's like on the
They
outskirts.
they put it in LA and New York, got it qualified.
Good for
Yeah,
them.
and like, do you recognize any of the nominated songs? Because remember, every year when we were like younger, you used to know like every song that was nominated for
Right.
an
Right.
Oscar.
Right.
Do you do
Yeah.
you do you know any of these songs that got nominated?
Of course, the only one I know is the K-pop Demon Hunter song "Golden." You
I don't
know.
know that song. What else
Yeah.
is there? What are the nominated songs, Penelope? Do you know?
I'm rolling to it. Hold on. Okay. That's for actress supporting role.
We ain't got
And
no
it,
Isaac Hayes in there. I'll tell you that, man.
no,
And
not this
the one original song from Sinners isn't up there.
original song is "Dear Me" from Diane Warren, Restless Music and Lyric.
I don't know that.
Don't either.
Oh
Golden
yeah.
from K-pop Demon
What's that?
Hunter.
Oh yeah.
You know that song?
No,
No, it's just that Diane English always gets nominated for her stuff.
no, I don't
Diane
even
Warren.
know who
I don't
Right.
know who
that
that.
Okay.
I
is.
don't know what that
Okay.
is.
Stop being a jerk. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know
I
what that.
lied to you. I
What else you
lied to
got?
you. I
What else
lied to
you?
you. I'm trying to say I lied to you from Sinners.
Oh, I thought you were saying you lied to me. Okay, go ahead.
No, no, the song I lied to you from Sinners.
No, I don't know which one that is. I don't know what
Sweet
that is.
Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdi.
No, I don't know that.
Train Dreams from Train Dreams. That's
Nah,
it.
no, that's it.
That's
I
it.
don't know none of those songs.
You don't know Train Dreams?
Nah,
Okay. All right, Smarty. Keep it
nah,
up.
nah.
Keep
But
it up.
I tell you one song. They should show. They should have a special award for best title.
Hmm.
And one of the best titles. If I had legs, I'd kick you.
Yeah,
Oh
that's a
yeah,
great
yeah,
Slam
title.
dunk. Slam
Yeah,
dunk.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I go back to watch the Oscars for that. Yeah,
Yeah. If I had legs, I'd kick your ass.
yeah.
That sounds like something you hear in a subway of the dude in a wheelchair, like you said, oh, yeah, give me $5. No, man, I ain't got no money. If I had legs, I'd kick your ass.
Yeah, there you go.
Or
There you go.
The Charlton Heston version. If I had legs, I'd kick you, you damn
Yeah,
38.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are good titles. That's a good
Yes,
title.
absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, they should do that. Best titles, you
Best
know?
title. I mean, people be coming up with like really like snakes on a plane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know, if I had legs, I'd kick you.
yeah. That sounds good.
What's some? I mean, great titles. You know, like
If I had a pull stick, I'd beat your
yeah.
ass.
Get
Oh,
the
I
hell out of
do.
my get out of my, get out of my house, you son of a bitch.
Hey, what the hell you kids are doing?
Can you imagine the actors reading the award with that? Nominated for Oscars are if I had legs, I'd kick you. Get out of my house, you son of a bitch. What are you doing over
Okay,
there? People live there
okay,
now.
okay. All right, all right. There we go. Those are films. But guys, I'm looking at the clock, and I know we're going a little bit over because, unfortunately, like I said earlier, I have a webinar I'm supposed to be in as we speak. Actually, half an hour ago.
Yeah,
Plus,
Penelope, if I had legs, I'd kick you.
I knew you. I know you would, and you would be within your rights to do so if you had legs. So there we go. Now,
I'd
is
kick your ass, Penelope. You had legs.
yeah, okay. You had those are big feet, man. Telling you that's a job and a half. And get a few friends possibly help you with that one. Um, but yeah, y'all. Unfortunately, I do have another engagement as we speak, and I really appreciate you all joining us here. For I mean, the thing is so funny. We get all these films for the list for the Oscars, but really spent most of our time talking about casting, which is really an interesting thing, you know. So
Yeah,
hoping maybe we get to.
how we
Mhm.
don't really care. I mean, we don't really care about the award ceremony. You know, we basically this panel and people who will listen to the show will basically want to know if Coogler won anything. Is it going to be like The Color Purple? Did they
I
got a bunch
know
of nominations and didn't
I
win
got
it?
not one award.
That's all people
That is,
really.
I
That's
want to
all people
say
in this
that,
circle. In this circle, that's all they care about.
and I got to tell you, I thought that was just the most demoralizing thing ever to get all those nominations and not one award, and it was demoralizing. You know, the expectations. You know,
I mean, you know, you look back at the film, and you know, people are really excited about the film. It's an okay
I
film,
didn't think he was going to get a whole bunch of
but
awards. I mean, like not one.
I thought it would get some awards. But you know what?
Hmm.
Like Cranston, who if Cranston was here, he would say the same thing you said about the Jessica Tandy. They ain't watched that. They didn't watch nothing about
No,
no
they didn't
black
watch
people in
it.
the. They ain't watching about no black women in the South. They didn't watch that.
No, and you're right. They didn't watch it. You know, so why would they say anything? They didn't watch it. They
Nah,
didn't
they
have
ain't
any
watching.
interest in it.
Nah.
So I'm hoping that maybe by now, somebody like Ryan Coogler, that he has earned the respect that people will actually watch the film. And even if he doesn't win, I just want to make sure that people actually watch the film.
Well,
You
it's back
know,
in the theaters now.
you
Yeah.
funny
They just
Lucy.
re-released it so that everybody
What
can
did you
see it.
say? What did you say?
I said, you funny Lucy. You really funny.
Okay, all
Well,
right,
you know,
all right. I can hear you.
maybe people will at the point people will know what Coogler looks like, and he won't be arrested trying to make a withdrawal from his own bank account.
Yeah,
Maybe that'll
maybe that.
happen.
Maybe that'll happen. That would be nice too. Yeah. You know, that's what she hopefully he wins so he gets to stand up there and say that. Now that won Best Director, I'm hoping that people recognize me well enough so I can take money out of my own bank account without being
Really
arrested.
credit.
How's that? Very nice. All right, you all. But again, I appreciate you all showing up. Thank you very much. You'll have a wonderful remainder of your weekend. And we'll be back again next week, same time, same bat channel for more discussions with the other hood. Take care. Bye bye.